has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 13 carries, 69 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Burrow on play action. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Here we go.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. A gain of 3, second down. From midfield now, Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. A pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. On third down, Burrow. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move?
And this is taken in at the 5. And what a big-time play there. 56 yards. Taylor is in for a touchdown. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the sack on first down, Burrow. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. He rifles one that's intercepted. picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Browns are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line.
Right there, hurt. Ready.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A tight one, 8-7 our score after one. Dublin with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. On play action, they'll throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And they're able to add on to their advantage. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Browns offense trotting back on the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Powering forward. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
There's some concern out there right now as we got an injury stoppage. It's DK Metcalf who's getting some help following that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Shamrocks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And make him 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's had it working pretty well here in this first half up until that last drive when he put it on the turf, Charles.
So I don't think they want to overreact to that fumble because now you've got a guy that's played so well. You don't want to take him and limit his effectiveness by worrying about it too much. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw him next week at meetings. He'd have the football with him at all times.
From the 27, Burrow. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here we go.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now Burrow. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Well, this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll set up a throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Shamrocks continue to pull away here in this first half.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
First down. Here's Burrow. And incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Now a throw here to his running back. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Let's go now.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go. 60 action.
They're going to try and throw. Out to his left.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And he's got room. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Shamrocks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Steps away. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Well, the Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Throwing again on second down. Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And Burrow going to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
Room here to run.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
89 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They run once more with Taylor. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from the 20.
And the Shamrocks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap.
And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. They'll try to draw now with Chubb. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Burrow will throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And quickly they get to the line.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out.
And the Shamrocks take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
Looking to throw. Rolling to his left. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And Chubb will try the middle here.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
This fielded right at the goal line.
A good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Shamrocks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. They'll look to throw here. Forced out to his left. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Burrow. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They set up the screen to Chubb.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. After the pick 6, here's Burrow again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but
and my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That's pretty rare that you see a ball game decided by this wide of a margin, and now it gets, Charles, even wider after that pick six. They've done everything right on that sideline.
I think we can safely say that not only is a scoreboard, right, the gap big there, now everyone's just looking for stat pattern, right? Do I get a chance to make a big play? Can I get a takeaway? Can I go ahead and put the ball in the end zone? That's what these guys are all talking to each other about now with a lead this big.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Burrow looking to pass. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Burrow. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
Again, it's Burrow. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Hey, we gotta go.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
James has got it, complete.
Go.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the 1-yard line. Major mistake. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, given the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they?
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
11 comments. 11, 12.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down, here's Burrow. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. To the air again, Burrow. And now here is another interception. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong.
And that's caught inside the 35. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Those are friends and